I have a very exciting episode of Life Into the Podcast for you guys today. I have a special guest who needs no introduction, but I'll give you one anyway. This is Kahlia and Moussa. Say hi.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good.
I'm so excited to talk some shit with you today.
Me too.
This episode is basically going to be about hate on social media. It's such a big topic, and I feel like you're the perfect person to bring on here to talk about this. For people that don't know, Kahlia does social media as well. Tell everyone what you do on social media and how many followers you have, etc., etc.
So I have around 150,000 followers. I've kind of been stuck there for a while, which I don't mind because I don't take social media seriously as like a job, but I plan to this year.
Yeah, cool.
But I do just my daily life updates, like everything. You can find everything on my page. There's no niche there. So it's just like, it's just all about me really and my life. So
yeah, and you're a parent?
Yes, I'm a parent. I've got 2 kids.
Yep.
Appropriate for the podcast.
Yay! Life with 2. That keeps happening, actually. I get people on that have 2 kids. It's not on purpose, okay? But the reason that I got you on is I feel like in terms of the hate with social media, I'm someone who tries to not avoid it, but I just don't address it or anything like that. I try to pretend it's not there. For me, it's like what you don't know won't hurt you kind of thing. So whereas you love to talk about that shit. I see you posting your Reddit forums and answering all the questions and like fueling it, which I love. I love to watch, but I'm like, for me, oh my God, I couldn't do that. So that's why I wanted to get you on to kind of get your perspective of that hate and how you address it and, yeah, the differences we experience with that on our social medias as well.
Yeah, look, I think I take that approach because I think on social media, a lot of people don't realize how much hate influencers get because a lot of people just ignore it. Like, I don't see many influencers, if at all, addressing it, or they'll just address like 1 or 2 comments here and there.
Like ones that they can make light of kind of thing. Yeah.
Exactly. And then no one actually sees it.
Yeah.
So nobody actually understands what influencers are actually experiencing in that space because we're just basically ignoring it.
Yeah.
And I think it's really important to show how much
we're actually getting
exactly
on a daily basis
and what they're saying. Like people are horrified when I show them. I'm like, this is daily. Like, could you imagine being beaten like that daily? Like, it's just insane.
Imagine if it happened on the street. Like, would you walk past someone and be like, you're fat, you're ugly, I hate you, why did you say that? You're a terrible person, you're a terrible parent. No one would say that in person.
It literally does not happen because no one can. And like, that's what social media has done. It's given people who don't have a voice. Yeah. But they've used it in a negative way. Like, use it in a different way.
Yeah. But let's kind of start from the beginning, how your social media started, built up, and maybe if you can remember like the first hatred experience that you got and how you felt about that.
That's easy.
Oh, okay. I love this. I love that you know all this, like off the top of your head, you're ready.
So I accidentally went viral. So really, I actually didn't even understand what influencing was. I just put a post up. I got convinced during COVID because I was bored, put a post up. I put one up. I said I was never going to do it and then did it.
We all say that.
Yeah, exactly. And then it went viral and I was like, oh, I didn't realize this was an actual thing. Like, oh, sure, I follow Kim Kardashian and stuff like that. But I never realized that like regular people are influencers.
What was it? What was the post that went viral?
Me telling my husband I was pregnant with my daughter.
Oh, I remember that. There's a baby in my belly. Was it that one? I remember that. Yes. Okay. Love that.
And it literally went viral and I was like, oh my God. And the hate started immediately because my husband's actually a burn survivor.
Right.
So immediately people were saying hatred comments about that I'm with him for money.
Oh my God.
That he's my father.
Oh my God.
And that's literally how it started. And to be honest, prior to that, I've never experienced hate. I never had bullying at school.
Yeah.
I never actually had any form of bullying my entire life, basically.
Wow.
So
Lucky you.
yeah, I'm really blessed because I totally appreciate that kids experience that all the time, but I just never did. And so, yeah, this was my first hit of bullying. And I was like, oh, wow.
What do I do with this?
People really say this? Like out loud?
It's legit.
Don't you have a private group chat?
Yeah, like, you send that in your private group chat and you go, oh my God, that's her dad, blah, blah, blah. You don't say it. What?
Yeah, and then you fight with one of those friends later and they out you. That's how it's meant to happen.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, it's not high school anymore. But it's kind of high school, but on the internet.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's pretty wild. So was that your first video or just your first viral video?
No, my first viral video. Okay. My first video was me cooking a piece of meat.
So had you been doing a few videos before this one had posted?
Like literally.
Just random ones.
Just such random stuff. Like me cooking a piece of meat. I set up a engagement, like a will you marry me engagement thing. And like it was, if you look back, like if you take the time to go back, it is actually so funny.
Oh, so cringy. Go back on your own profile. I love it. I do it every now and then. And I'm just like, oh, look how far I've come. It's been nostalgic.
Even when I first started, like I go back to my first video, I'm like, oh, hi. You guys asked about my bottles, so I'm going to tell you about them.
How would you start that video now?
No, I would not. No, I'd just be like, you guys wanted to know about my bottles? Like, it's just such a different approach.
Yeah.
Like, I had no clue then. I thought you had to talk softly and quietly and nicely and just, I don't know.
Put that persona of like influencing almost.
Yeah, and I just felt like I had to be perfect.
Yeah.
Because I just had copped so much hate too. I was like, oh, if I just do a post about my bottles, like what can people hate on those? And then it's like, that bottle still has milk in it. Yeah. That bottle, can you even see where the lines are on that bottle anymore? Like, and then I was just like, Jesus. Like,
it's so funny because I've got the same comments. Like, I'm just shaking my head. Oh, they need to come up with something more original, really. But anyway, so after that video came out and then those hate comments, did you become the person that addressed them straight away, or did you kind of ease into that?
No, I immediately addressed them, but my approach was so different. At first I was like, let's not say things like this on the internet. My husband's an amazing person and this is his actual story.
Yeah, that's
and I think that's really key too, like understanding the background of, you know, our relationship and us being together. And like, obviously his story is amazing as well. Like he had a less than 1% survival rate.
Yeah.
So it's like, you know, he deserves like his own platform even.
Yeah.
You know, and I follow quite a few burn survivors on TikTok and Instagram because, you know, I appreciate them so much knowing what my husband's gone through.
100%.
So my approach was like, you should be more caring in how you approach things. And then I got hit back with like, you're ugly, shut your mouth. No wonder you're like this, you're fat. And I'm just like, what the hell? Like it doesn't actually matter the way I approach it in a nice way or a negative way. They just immediately shoot back with like the worst things about myself.
Literally. And it's never like even what the video is about.
Never.
It's always just, if they have nothing else, it'll be attack on the way you look.
Yeah.
And you're like, okay, cool. Come up with
100%.
something better. I think that's the only comments that don't affect me because I'm like, nah.
Oh, yeah.
Like, what do you look like? Let me see your, oh, right, you don't have a profile picture. It's a fake profile with a fake name and no followers. So good for you.
I'm always like, well, I get a lot of men hitting on me. So
Yeah.
I must be someone's
doing
peach.
all right.
I'm someone's peach, daddy. Like, I ain't complaining in the hood.
I love that. So you made the video saying, like, what your husband had actually been through and doing his story. And then, where did it go from there? How did it build up to where it is now?
I started talking to a friend who was like a micro influencer as well. And they were like, keep posting. Like, you've got to keep posting. This is your moment. And I was like, what do you mean? I don't have anything recorded. I work full time. I have like kids. I just wasn't prepared for it.
Yeah.
And even now, because I work full time and I have the kids and I do lives and stuff, my life is just so full on. I can barely keep up with my housework.
Yeah.
It's like, how do I fit in doing content? I can't do a day in the life. That's not exciting. I get up and I send my kids to daycare and then I'm typing all day. Like, how fun's that?
Yeah.
Like, no one's watching that.
Yeah,
so it's like my content is so different to like a regular, just an influencer who's doing it full time.
Yeah.
So I just was like, well, I'm sharing my life. So then I took the approach of I'm just going to share my life. I don't care if I don't get any followers from it. I ultimately, yes, I've been sitting at 155,000 followers. I actually come along, but like I don't actually care if I don't get any more. I've lost work because of my approach to how I respond to things. Like lots of companies saying they don't want to work with me. My agency expressing that, you know, I need to stop responding. And I'm like, no,
this
sorry.
Is who I am.
No, exactly. Like, look, I definitely think I need to tone down the way I respond sometimes because, it's aggressive.
Yeah.
And, like, that's ultimately just from seeing the same comments over and over and over again.
You
I'm
get
like,
sick of
no,
it.
actually, I'm going to respond to you and I'm going to be a see you next Tuesday, actually.
Because that's what they're being anyway, so you may as well just reciprocate.
So I'm trying to be better in responding, but ultimately, like, this is me. And so I basically said to my agency and these companies, don't work with me.
Yeah.
I work full time. I don't actually
I have a
care.
job. I don't actually need this.
I'm a real influencer and I'm just being real. So like if you don't like it, go to someone else who's going to pretend to love your product and be perfect. I don't care.
Yeah.
Like really.
100%.
Don't get me wrong. I want to do this and take it seriously, but ultimately If you don't
You
like
got to be
me,
who you are as well. That's the whole
Exactly.
point of this.
100%.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. And do you remember the first time you started like doing the aggressive responses to people?
Okay, so it wasn't long after.
Because how long, like when was that video, the viral video? When was that? How long has it been?
Like, would have been 2021, I think.
Okay. Oh, wow. So like 4 years. Nearly 4
Yeah,
years.
yeah,
Wow.
it's a long time ago.
Yeah.
It didn't happen for a while because ultimately a lot of the comments were that he's my sugar daddy. They're just assuming that he's really old. Like a lot of the comments are like, is he 60? Is he 80? And I'm like, no, he's the same age as me.
Yeah,
he's
obviously that
actually
was just
burnt dull.
maybe a misunderstanding of his skin. Like
Yes,
they obviously
exactly.
that's the thing. A lot of people's comments and hate comes from misunderstanding. And like
Exactly.
you said, first thing you need to do is, well then explain, even though you also don't have to explain yourself. But I guess people are seeing a tiny snippet and judging all these things based off this tiny little video.
Yep.
And you're like, okay, well this is actually what you've missed from that.
Yeah.
And hopefully most people look at that and go, oh, I feel like a bit of a dickhead now.
Yeah, I've had a few people turn around and like inbox me and say, I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
Like, that's so horrible of me.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, it
Yeah.
is.
Bitch.
Don't do that on the internet. Like, I hope this taught you a lesson. I
Yeah.
hope it's made you stop and go, maybe I shouldn't judge so quickly. Maybe I shouldn't do that. Because I literally said to them, I shouldn't have to tell you. It doesn't matter if my husband was 80. It's not
Yeah.
really your business.
Yeah.
Just because I'm sharing that I'm with an 80-year-old on
Yeah.
the internet doesn't mean it's your business to say that's disgusting.
Yeah. Yeah.
what?
People just, once it goes on the internet, it's like, oh, I now have a right to say, and because you've put that out there, that gives me the right to say whatever the fuck I want.
That's always the
That's
argument
the
I get.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you put yourself out there, so you deserve what you get. I hate that. I
I'm
fucking
like,
hate
do
that
you,
comment.
excuse me, do you walk down the street? Because
Exactly.
tell me where you are
Yeah,
so I can
come
come
on.
up and do the same to you.
That's Blake's thing. He's
what?
like, hey, user, just message me on Instagram. And guess what? They never do.
No, they never do.
I'm like, the thing is, like, that could be a child on the other side. Do you know what I mean? Like, have you noticed a pattern with who it is that's hating you? Like, I mean, a lot of it's probably fake accounts, but have you noticed it's a lot of men or a lot of other parents?
Mums. It's gotta be a lot of
And that's
mums.
so awful. That breaks my heart, honestly, because, like, being a parent is fucking hard and we should be supporting each other, not, like, why is that? That's awful.
It's so crazy and it makes me wonder. And then I kind of went, oh, I was in a mum's group and I absolutely hated it because they were so judgmental. And I'm like,
Okay,
it's
I get
just
it now.
them. That's
It's
actually
literally
them on the
just
other
them.
side. Like, I'm
Yeah.
just like, yeah, actually, that makes complete sense.
Yeah,
like,
there's like no one more judgmental than like another parent. But that's fine. Be judgmental, but just shut the fuck up.
Yeah,
Like, be
write
judgmental
it
in your
in
own home. Write it in your journal.
Yeah.
You know, or in your little mum's group. That's fine.
and
You don't
then
need to put it on my
accidentally
page.
send it to me so I can see it and laugh. No, but just create your private group chat.
Yeah.
Like, and bitch about it there.
And you know what? That's actually, like, I don't hate much on social media. Like, if I see something that bugs me, I just go, oh, and I just scroll on. Like, it's very rare for me to look at something and, like, send it to a friend and go, ha, 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 ha. I just don't do that anymore.
Yep.
Like, to me, there's nothing in me that wants to comment what I don't like about the video on the video.
Yep.
Because what is my opinion got to do with this person? They don't fucking know me from a bar of soap. Like, what's that going to change? I love to watch it. I love to watch the drama and then look at the comments to see if other people have the same opinion as me. But I'm like not going to like it. I'm just like, okay, I'll keep that opinion to myself.
Even when I do have an opinion, it's never to berate someone or put them down either. Like,
Yeah.
if I see something and I'm like, oh God, they're not following any car safety, for example.
Yeah.
I'm like, I almost feel so obliged to comment, but
Yeah.
people just don't take it the right way.
Yeah.
And I get it, right?
Yeah.
Because I experience hate comments myself, and people sometimes mistake information for hate comments as
Yes,
well, right?
yes.
So I stopped bothering to comment because I'm
Yeah.
just like, it's always taken the wrong way. And I think we all have a due diligence for safety as well.
Yeah.
But I ultimately then just take it back and then do a video on my page about car seat
Yeah,
safety and
right.
hope it just reaches them,
The
like,
right people.
ultimately.
Yeah.
But I don't go out of my way to write on there. And then if they were to respond a hate comment, for example, I go, you're ugly.
Yeah. Sorry, what has that got to do with safety? But okay.
It's
Thanks
just,
for that.
if they're not happy with your response or they're not happy with what's going on, it's immediately an attack about everything about you and never about the actual thing that was the problem to start with.
Yeah, that's exactly right. Because they just run out of things eventually. So they're like, okay, I'll just find something else to come back with. Especially if you have a good comeback to them. They're like, fuck, what do I say now? Fuck.
Or if they're not getting to you. If you're
Yeah.
not responding, or if you do respond and it wasn't you sobbing and crying,
Yeah.
they're like, how am I going to bother her more?
Damn it, this
I'm going to
didn't
start
work.
teasing her son and the way he talks.
Yeah.
Like,
'Cause
what?
the only reason you're commenting these things is either, to make yourself feel better, which is by making me feel worse.
Yes.
So that if I'm not feeling that way, you didn't succeed. And so you're like, oh, fuck. So that's why, a lot of the time I won't respond. TikTok does this thing now where it like filters a lot of the comments. So
many get
I just
filtered.
leave them there now. Like I just don't.
Do you even look at them?
Yeah, sometimes I do. Depends on the video, but I'll just leave them there, or I'll just delete them or whatever. Like I don't care. And then every now and then, if I think I have a little bit something witty to say, then I'll do that because it makes me feel like, haha, I'm so funny. And then I won't read it again in case they come back with something.
You're like,
better.
I don't want to see any notifications on that post.
Anything else? And then there are some times where I just go, if I see a couple bad ones, and I'm like, oh, this could get worse. I just don't look at the comments at all. Like, I mean, how do people like the Kardashians do it? They would never read comments ever. How could they
pay
survive?
someone to?
Yeah, and they'd be like, you read my comments and tell me if there's something I need to see.
Also, if I'm sitting there, Kim K, like I'm reading those comments,
I don't give a
sipping on my
fuck.
drink in my
Yeah.
jet, like, oh, darling, pay your rent tomorrow if you can afford it. Like,
Would you like me to give you some? I'll give you some monies for that. Let's move on to my most hated app of all time, Reddit, which
yay.
I'm sure is one of your favourite. If I don't know, people maybe don't know what Reddit is. I never really understood what Reddit was, but apparently it's just like it's a forum site, right? So normally it's people posting like, I've seen funny ones, like people posting a comment saying, oh, I don't know, tell me your most embarrassing moment. And then people have a whole thread of, embarrassing moments and people read that and they have a laugh. Yeah. But one has been created for specifically hating Australian TikTokers, right? And there are like a few main people that they target and then, but pretty much everyone.
Yeah.
And we have been on there quite a few times. It got to a point where I realised for my own mental health, I could not look at it. And I could just pretend that it wasn't there, out of sight, out of mind. People would like send them to me and be like, hey, you're on Reddit. And I was like, guys, I don't want to see this anymore. I don't care what it is. I don't want to know. Like, unless it's really, really bad, it's something I need to I need brought to my attention. One of my mods will probably do that. But other than that, don't want to know. So it's gotten to a pretty good point now where nobody tells me about it. I even know now if something happens, I'm like, oh, it's going to be on Reddit tomorrow. But I just don't look. Like, I just pretend it's not there because, like you said, some things are like really funny, but there was actually a time someone posted something and I went, yeah, fair enough. And I actually replied and I said, you know what? You're absolutely right. I appreciate that. I'm going to take it on board. And then like the Reddit people replied to me and said, oh, thanks for being so understanding. But if you comment to protect yourself, it's deleted. Yeah. If anyone comments to protect you, no, you're not here to protect them. This is actually just a snark page and you're actually not allowed to say any positive things about anybody. You're only allowed to snark, which is just, it blows my mind. But anyway, I've tried to get that page taken down so many times, but we'll move on from that. How do you feel about the page? And tell people what, your opinion of it and how you deal with it.
Sometimes I think some of the things that they're saying is so relevant and fair and reasonable about myself or other people. And I think sometimes people do need to get called out for certain behaviors. And I think as well, because I wasn't an influencer and I started this by accident, I'm actually learning. Yeah. I might be 4 years in, but I actually am still learning. And 100%. So sometimes they'll post things and I'm like, I never thought of that. I never actually thought how that would affect someone. So like the perfect incident that happened, someone was body shaming my husband because he's a burn victim. And I started body shaming them back.
Oh, right.
And then I got lots of inboxes from people saying, my body looks exactly like hers. Oh. And that actually really hurts me that you've written that. And I'm like, look, I'm so sorry. I didn't actually realize how that would affect you. Yeah. And so like I got called out on like Tea Time and Reddit saying, oh, she said this about this person, be a better person and not do the same. No, sorry. But what it did actually make me realize is that I could actually be affecting my followers who maybe do look the same, and I don't want that.
That's not who you were aiming for. You were aiming for this person who hurt you to hurt them back, but then you're like, oh, I didn't actually realize it could hurt people that I actually, that support me.
Exactly. And like, I don't care if I hurt that person. Yeah. If you want to put hatred out there, I don't care if you get offended or hurt. I don't care if anyone attacks you. I don't care. You ultimately deserve it.
Yeah.
I don't want the innocent person watching my story to go, oh, is that what she thinks about me?
Yeah.
Like, I never wanted that. So I think I've learned a lot of things from it. I think that's the thing. You catch more sugar with like honey than shit.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Or you catch more bees with the honey than shit is the saying.
Yeah.
And so like if they really did genuinely care or like wanted people to do better, then you should approach it in such a way. But because you do it with such anger and hatred and just berating.
Publicity. Like if you really like want to tell me something to change, DM me and be like, because the thing is, I think if they actually cared about you and like maybe they liked everything you did, but there's one thing you did that they didn't like, they could message you privately and say, hey, I mean, no hate. I actually really enjoy following you, but this thing that you did, XYZ. And you go, you know what? That to you is going to speak better than a Reddit forum of people that literally just hate you. Like they might have a point, but you're not hearing that point because they're just hating you for the point of hating you. Whereas someone who actually cares about you and says, you know what? It's like a friend in your life going, hey, I didn't like the way you called out that person, you know, because you were just saying what they said to you and you go, oh, fuck, I didn't think about that. Yeah. It's just because it's on social media and there's so many people watching that it's magnified so large.
It's like, why would I listen to you? You're like in mid-sentence telling me to be a better parent, for example, and you're also saying, God, she's fat in that outfit. Like, I'm not listening to you, actually.
You're not a good person.
Yes. And then usually if I click on their comments, it's like there's 20 comments from that one day about 10 different other people. And I'm like, geez, you're miserable.
Yeah.
You've spent your whole day berating 10 different people, 20 different comments. You are actually just, there's nothing you can say.
You're not a happy person.
Yeah, you're not like, how can I even take what you're saying, like, ultimately seriously? Yeah. And a lot of their commentary around that is like, oh, we need our safe space because you don't allow it. No, when you get on and, like, call me a piece of shit or, like, put my family down or, like, they'll make comments about my son speaking, like, you are going to get blocked. Yeah. I can have my safe space. Yeah. That's exactly right. So you have yours. I don't care. I don't care. Post about me. I don't know. When I get posts written about me, I get it sent to me all the time because I haven't done what you've done and I haven't asked people not to send it to me. Yeah. So whilst I might or might not go actively look for something, I'm going to get it sent to me. I just read it and sometimes I'm like laughing. Like,
sometimes they're fucking hilarious. You just go, where do they come up with this shit? Like you said, you post a video and you go, what could they possibly hate about this particular thing? And they always find a way. And you go, honestly, like props to you because how did you do that? You guys are magic.
Exactly. And it's like the time and dedication that it's taken for them a lot of the time, like it's, you really like me.
Yeah.
Like you really
do.
like me. You just want to hate me so bad because I'm not your bestie. Yeah. But like I would be your bestie if you just inboxed me not being a piece of shit. Yeah, what? I think Reddit's going to listen to this and love the fact that they were talked about.
Oh, absolutely they are.
And like they're going to be like, oh my God, of course she was talking about me.
Look how much we affect her. That's what they do, eh? Yes, they're like, oh, look, she's posting about us on her story. That's the thing that I saw of you once. There was like you had a whole Instagram story. You mostly post them on Instagram, right? Like
because I'll get banned. To the hates. Like even from their comments, I get banned. Yeah, exactly. So it's like I have to post it on Instagram. I don't have a choice.
Yeah. So I remember you did it was just a whole story of you responding. And then they responded on Reddit saying, oh, look, she's posting about us. And then you took that and then you posted that as well. And it was just nonstop. And I was laughing, but I was like, oh, I could not do this. I don't know how she does it. Because even though like a majority of the time you're probably laughing, for me, every single time I read something, even if I do laugh about it, it just digs a little bit. Just digs a little bit. And now I've just decided I'm just not going to allow you to have any effect on me whatsoever. Like, I would feel that when I post it, because Blake's like the opposite to me. Every now and then I would go, I want to fucking reply to this comment. And he'd go, no, don't do it. It's just going to get worse. No, don't do it. And I go, no, fuck this. I get so angry. And then sometimes we'd flip and he'd want to comment and I'd be like, no, don't do it. You'll regret it. But I just, it got to a point where I was going, oh my God, I'm actually letting them have power over me and I just refuse to do it. Even if it is, to reply in a funny way, that's still letting them have something. Although sometimes I go, you know what, that's going to give me some good content. I'll reply to that.
Yeah.
And then I'm taking it.
The
and
power.
yeah, I'm giving you a little bit of power, but I'm also taking the power because all you're doing is giving me content to put on my profile, which is then boosting my profile.
100.
And you're commenting, you're engaging. Like you're posting about you on Reddit, well then people are going to go watch you.
Exactly.
From that.
So many people have said, who are you talking about? And they tagged my page. Well, thank you for bringing them over. Not that they're the people I want following me, you know, but I'm like, well, the 10 people who were in the comments there that didn't know I existed now do. So thank you for that.
Thank you. And they might like me.
Yeah, and them hating on me is just going to boost me out to their friends. And I bet 10 of those friends are going to like me out of the 20 they might have, for example.
Exactly.
Like, so do your thing. Like, I ultimately don't really care.
I think that's the other thing I do always say. You might have 100 comments on a video, maybe 5 or 10 of them are hate comments. But there's like 90 positive ones. But for some reason, the hate ones just are louder. And I don't know why that is. Like I can be scrolling through the comments of a video, happy, happy, happy. It's like almost like I'm looking for it. It's like we look for that.
We do.
Yeah. And because we're like, well, because if it's there, I need to be aware of it kind of thing. Because I would hate for someone to be like, wow, like what about that comment on your video? What comment? I didn't know it was there. I'd rather know it was there and be like, oh yeah, I know what they're saying. And if that's the worst thing they got, then, you know, good on them. And I used to delete them all, but then I was like, I started leaving them because people started responding for me.
Yeah.
And then and I was like, oh, I don't even have to say anything. Like, I'll just let the people that love me, because at the end of the day, like you got 150,000 that follow you. You'd like to think at least, you know, let's say 10,000 of them maybe didn't like you.
Yeah.
That's still 140,000 people that love you.
Exactly.
That's a fuckload of people.
100%.
Like, and with us, I try to say, you know, Blake will worry about putting something on because he's like, oh, what if people hate that? And I go, we have nearly 700,000 people that probably love us.
Yep.
Otherwise, why would they follow? Like, that fills multiple stadiums. Like, that's an insane amount of people when you think about it in a scheme of the world.
Yep.
And those are the people we have to focus on, the people that know us and love us. And, you know, and it was the same when we went on our cruise and we were getting all that hate with our friend Billy. I said, yeah, there's people that obviously don't understand what's going on and are making these comments, but the people that know us are laughing because they're like, we know exactly what she's doing and it's fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
Those are the people I'm making this for because it's fucking hilarious.
Yeah, it's like exposure therapy. We're not used to it.
No.
So then we're like, oh, like who had this happen to them without social media? Like no one. So it's why we look for it. It's because we aren't experiencing that in real life. It's new. It could happen for 10 years. Who gets used to that?
No.
Like no one actually gets used to it. It's when your partner says to you, I don't like you, I don't like the way you look in that dress, you should probably change it, like whatever.
No one else sees that.
Yes, exactly. And it's just between you two and you appreciate their opinion. But online with all these other people saying these things about you, it's like exposure therapy. You almost need to see it to like one, get used to it, and then also ultimately like you look for it because it's like you're not used to it.
Yeah.
It's shocking.
Yeah.
And some of the things people come out with, it's like, whoa. And it exposes you to what you could have said about you. Like ultimately it's your running game. Like
And I'm like you, I've definitely learned a lot from people's comments over the years, and it's also taught me things that I am now avoiding putting on there. Like there's certain things I don't say now, or I just won't post in general because I'm like, it's actually not worth the misunderstanding.
Yes.
I try not to be too overly cautious, like, but sometimes, especially like our Oi Danny videos, they're such a niche, and like when we first started, we'd say whatever the fuck we wanted because we only had a small following then, and it started growing.
Yeah.
And I don't know, the world just I didn't feel like was that sensitive 5 years ago. It's just gotten more and more sensitive, and yeah, I don't know. He could make a joke about my weight or something, for example, you know, in the joke, within the joke kind of thing, like say I look like a walrus or something. I feel like if he posted that now,
oh God, he'd
body shaming.
Yes.
Why are you with him? Divorce him. Like the humor's just not the same anymore. So we have had to adapt with the world, and we've had to adapt our content with it as well. So even though that joke wouldn't offend me, because I know I'm not a walrus, and I know my husband doesn't think I'm a walrus, but other people would be like, you know, and you think the puzzle video where he destroyed my puzzle, I was getting messages saying, are you okay? Like, is he abusive? Is he physically abusive to you? And I was like, what? And they said, yeah, it starts with the puzzle, then it will be your face.
Oh my God.
And that's just not something we expected. So that's what, like, you put something out there and you think, oh, this is hilarious, people will relate to this.
Yeah.
And it just goes the complete opposite the way you think. And it does open your eyes. And so, like you said, we've been doing it 5 years, you've been doing it 4 years. we still are learning, and we still post things and go, oh, you know what? Maybe that wasn't very smart. Let's remove that.
Yeah.
You know, we've all learnt hard lessons over the years, I think. But it gets to a point where I go to post something and I'm like, okay, does this affect this community of people? No. What about this community of people? No, this community of people. My haters, always. Nothing I can do about that, because they will just find the bad thing in it anyway. So I'm just going to post it. If it makes me happy and proud to post that, and I wouldn't care if someone opened my profile and saw that. Yeah. That did, you know, like if they were in front of me, for example, and they opened my profile and watched that video in front of me, would I be ashamed or embarrassed? No, I'm posting it.
Yeah. I think as well with all these different communities that we're constantly thinking about if we're going to offend them or not, I think as well, like, you've got to remember that inside that group, there's going to be half of them who actually laugh at it also, and then half of them who are going to be offended by it. So as long as you're not being like super controversial or like, you know, unethical in what your joke is, I might go for it, man. Because like, honestly, if you start limiting your content worried about who you're going to offend, as long as you're not doing anything like really outlandish, you're missing out on a whole bunch of people who would actually really adore your content. Yeah. And I say, like, post the content. Yeah. There's nothing that I don't post. I don't actually care. And I don't get how people don't realize that, like, I'm doing things based on their hate comments as well. Yeah. Like, have you seen my straw video?
The straw? No, I don't think so. What is it?
I didn't get a straw in my drink that I ordered from my Uber. Oh, okay. Now, mind you, I pay overs on Uber, obviously. Yeah, right. I pay the delivery fee, the service fees, and then like they mark up the cost of the drink for like 30%. But I was craving it, so I ordered it. It came without a straw. It's a bubble tea. I need that straw.
Oh, you can't use it without a straw. No.
So it had already happened to me, and I put a video about it. So I got my bubble tea straw out of the bin from the day before.
Right. I did see that. Yep, I did actually see that.
And people were wild. You put nappies, there's dirt in that bin. They don't realize that they already complained about another video. So I literally just had the cup at the top of my bin empty.
Yeah, right.
Just reiterating that.
Yeah.
And like just pulled the straw out. It was just sitting in the cup. Yeah. My bin was empty. Yeah. But they're like, you're disgusting. The bin's empty. It's a brand new liner. But like, they're just immediately like, it's like wild. So like, it's like, and that video has like 100K views now. Like,
so now you make another one and you pick up a really dirty straw with like food and shit on it. Yes. And then you wipe it off, but then you actually get a clean straw to put into your drink.
No,
but they
don't
see that.
One.
Oh, just
don't worry, man.
It's your mess. Yeah. It's your mess anyway.
As long as like there's no poop on it from the kids, like I'm down.
I eat shit off the floor all the time. Like,
I'm like, what? 1 hour rule? Because
once you become a parent, like, honestly, cleanliness just goes out the window. You just like,
I'm just like, well, at least I'm eating without a child sitting on my lap trying to eat it also. So I'll eat that. Thank you.
At least I'm eating. I find it interesting from like, the perspective that you literally can't do anything right. I feel like when weight's like a big thing, right? That people feel like, and it's also a point of the fact that we do share a lot. Like, we post a lot of stuff. There's not a lot that I don't post. There's a few topics we don't post about, and that's literally it. Yeah. And I'm pretty open, sometimes too open. Like, you know, Blake would kind of be like, did you have to post that? Like, really? Yeah. But then considering our Oi Daddy content, that's rich coming from you, Blake. But anyway, I obviously do, like, you know, I had my babies online, like, not online, but like when I was pregnant, I vlogged that, you know, after I had my kids, my body, my postpartum body, all that sort of stuff. So people feel a sense of
entitlement.
So the haters would I could probably call it entitlement from the haters' perspective, but from my followers, probably like a connection with me. Like, they know me personally, especially, you know, you would know as a live streamer. Yeah. You get a community of people.
100%.
They feel like they know you. You feel like you know them. Like, you know what's going on in their life, vice versa. So yeah, people do feel like now that I've lost weight, it's like, what have you done? Like, a lot of the time it's, oh, please tell me your diet routine because, like, you look amazing. It's in a positive way, but then you get the, oh, you look sick. You look sick. What's happened to you? Like, but just ask me, like, in a nice way. And I've actually addressed it so many times that when people ask me now, I go, there's a video on it. Go and watch the video.
Someone actually messaged me and they were like, hey, have you checked in on Dani? Because she's lost a lot of weight. Like,
my own family members were asking other family members if I was on Ozempic. Like, seriously. How am I going to have people who follow me and don't know anything about me not think that when my own family thinks it?
It's wild because I was like saying to the person, I was like, hey, Dani shared on her page, by the way, and I would never speak on her behalf. But just like food for thought, I have seen Danny share pictures of when her and Blake first got together, and she was super skinny.
Yeah.
But her life online has been pregnant, babies, pregnant, babies. Now she literally looks the same size as when she first met Blake. Yeah. So she's just gone back to her postpartum body. Like,
it just took a long time, but it did happen really quickly. Even I was concerned. Like, I went to the doctors and said, "What is going on?
Yeah.
Like, why has this happened?" Because I myself was concerned. And I was saying that to people. Oh, I don't know why I've lost weight. Have I lost weight? And I think that's the thing. When you look at yourself in the mirror every day, you don't see a difference. But then I looked at an old video and I went, oh, fuck, maybe they're right, actually. Yep. So, look, sometimes your comments can help, but it gets excessive. Still on live. Someone's like, can I have your diet routine? I'm like, sure.
Stress.
Normal food, lots of chocolate.
Stress, anxiety, children. Lots of jobs.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And ADHD meds. Tick.
And I'm like sitting there, oh, so why am I chunky? Tell me, because we do the same things.
I'm stressed, I have kids.
Give me your Ozempic, please.
All right, here, I'll give it under the table. Don't tell anyone. Imagine, that would actually be the best kept secret if I actually was on it. And this whole time I made people believe that I wasn't, but I got it in my bag. I don't. I have ADHD meds in my bag, so.
I'll take some of those because I heard they help.
Apparently.
And I think I'm undiagnosed as well. So actually, but it's so hard. I've heard it takes ages and I've heard it's costly.
It didn't take that long.
Really?
For me? No, I do it online.
Give me a doctor.
Yeah. I did an episode on it, so if you go and listen to it.
Oh, I haven't heard that episode.
Yeah, it was my health episode. It was the one that I did all my health things that I've gone through in the last few years, which also explains all of my weight loss. And one of the things was the diagnosis process, how much it cost, all of it.
Oh, wow. I'll have to go back. I didn't listen to that.
I mean, I could just tell you, but
yeah,
another time. So one thing you said that was interesting was you didn't get bullied at school or anything like that. So that's why when you got on social media, it was a bit of a shock to you because you never experienced that.
Yep.
Do you ever think like, yeah, what our kids are going to go through? How would you approach this now that you've been on social media and you've had like a lot of hate? What do you say to your kids? How old are your kids?
4 and 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, look, because we obviously experience a lot of hate online, like even my husband does. So, and he's a bit like you, he doesn't like seeing it. So I don't talk to him about it. So like I talk to like my friends about it. I'm like, did you see this? You know? But I have started the approach of like trying to teach them now because I think it starts at a young age and absolutely. I've been on both ends already of the experience of bullying. So my son has gotten bullied already and he actually was a bully too.
Oh no.
And I think without realizing because kids just say things and they don't realize what they're doing.
Yeah.
So I had an incident where my son's getting teased because he's so little, which he ultimately is.
Yeah.
But they're just like, oh, you're so little, you're scrawny, you're skinny, like, and stuff like that. And my son has actually come home crying about it, which is crazy. And so I've just been trying to teach him that, like, firstly, eat vegetables and you'll grow. So, like, taking the moment and, like, running with the parent moment. Which, you know, has really improved his eating actually.
Yeah,
so
that's great.
But just trying to teach him that like he is little, but like fun size and, you know, trying to put a spin on it. And then also I just went to the school, like, and I called daycare school because it just, I feel like that helps my kids. Yeah, I did that too.
Someone yelled at me for doing that the other day. That is not the same thing. That's daycare. You're going to confuse them. Oh, shut the fuck up.
It's not. Like, ultimately, when my kids go to school, they're just going to go to school and be like, oh, it's not this big new thing. Yeah. It's just school.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly.
So, like, I like to teach my kids that way so that they're not having this huge dramatic change. Kids don't like change.
No.
So like,
oh, this is school. This is just a bigger school.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah, and my son's already wearing a uniform.
Oh,
so he's just going to go into school in a uniform.
You already know what he's doing. That's awesome.
Exactly.
That's
so it's
good.
like, you know.
Yeah.
So I'm just trying to teach him all the nice things about himself. And I've also been saying to him, like, sometimes people aren't nice. And that doesn't mean we're not going to be nice back. So even though I am responsive and reactive in my comments, I don't want my son to be like that.
Yeah.
I want him to actually not respond to that / learn from it, evolve from it, not let it affect him. Because ultimately I don't know why it doesn't affect me. I don't know why I don't go and cry myself to sleep at night. I actually sleep fine and I don't even care.
I love that.
So I don't want that for him though. I'm worried that he would be the opposite and cower and like get upset, you know. So I am ultimately trying to teach him to not let it affect him. But then he actually called someone fat. And I was like horrified that person started crying. Their family, so like it wasn't an external child, but it's not really the point to me. And I like pulled my son aside and I'm like, oh, remember when people were calling you little and you didn't like it? You've just done the same thing. I said, we don't call people fat. Like, that's not nice. Everyone has a different body shape. Everyone has a different reason why they have a different body shape. And he was like, he's not even upset. And I'm like, he is. He's crying with his mum now. He's like, I didn't mean to say it to make him cry. And I was like, I know, but it's not nice. We don't talk about the way people look.
Yeah.
And same with like, as you know, one of my good friends is Jacqueline and Ember. And her daughter's in a wheelchair, like permanently. And I've been teaching him from a young age, like, not everyone looks the same. Yeah. People are different. And he like knows that with Ember, but because it wasn't that exact situation, he was like, oh, he's fat. Like he didn't realize that was a different form of the exact same thing I've been trying to teach him. So like now I've started introducing, you know, this kid might look like this and like whatever. And I actually am planning to write a book about it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I love that. So exciting.
Hopefully do that this year, but like who knows if
Might
I'll follow
actually
through.
Be the only book I ever read in my life. So that's great. Give me that one. Thank you. Yeah. No, I totally agree with that. I don't even know I haven't had either of those situations yet. I mean, it's probably more with like then and there it's happening like with friends. Oh, this person said this about I don't even think it's been about that. It's just not sharing toys that they get upset about.
Oh, yeah.
But I mean, I've had this situation where we were out somewhere and someone had something wrong with their face. And I didn't even notice because I don't notice things like that. And I think Leo said, what's wrong with their face?
Yes.
And I don't think it was loud enough that they heard, but I would have been mortified. But I just said, oh, people just look different. I said, some people look different. It's just the way they look. Like, we don't comment and we don't point.
Yeah.
We don't comment. Like, pointing is a big thing with our kids. What that? That's what Mia says. What that? She says, what that? Instead of who's that?
Yeah.
Like, I think she wants to know their name. She goes, what's that?
My daughter does that too.
That sounds really awful. Can you not? Like, they're not an animal. Fuck's sake, it's a person. So, I think we're getting into that era now where I'm really excited for your book because I'm going to need that very, very soon.
Well, I've been trying to educate. So, like, instead of being like, oh, people look different and that's just it, I'm like, oh, well, he obviously has a birthmark on his face. Yeah. So it's like telling them what it is and explaining it. And then they're like, oh, you know? So, like, even when I do say things like that, like, everyone looks different and not everyone's going to look the same. Or, like, when my son called that person fat, I was like, well, your mum's not skinny. Your mum is a bit fat. Like, you know, but how come you don't say that to me?
Do you think mummy's fat? Yeah.
And then he's like, but mummy, you're beautiful. And it's because we're talking at home, constantly calling each other beautiful and whatever. So he just sees me that way. Yeah. And so I'm like, well, they are
so
too.
is that person.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
So it's like, I just try and educate them whilst I'm doing it because I just want like them to like learn from it as well.
It's so hard because you don't realise everything that they're picking up and listening
sponges.
to. Oh my God, the biggest sponges. And you go, you know, you could say something in a way that, you know, adults don't sound like it doesn't sound wrong to adults. Yeah. But then if they repeat it, you go, oh my God, I don't want them to take that to school and repeat it because it's going to sound the wrong way if they take that to school. And you go, I've just literally got a sharp in front of my kids from now on.
Well, my daughter started saying, fucking hell, mate. And I'm like, oh, great. That's definitely from me, not your daddy.
Yeah, no, that has started. Sometimes I think I'm doing it under my breath and I don't. Like if something goes wrong, I go, oh, fuck. And then Mia goes, fuck.
Yeah. You're like, no, truck.
And I'm like,
trucker.
Yes, I did say fun. That's what I said. Oh my God, it's so hard. I mean, I personally did get bullying in school. I don't remember it in primary school per se, but I don't think that sticks with you as much as high school stuff because that's when they really start to get like hurtful.
Yes.
And my high school bullying started when social media first started, like Facebook. Facebook just started becoming a thing. And I very clearly remember this. And this is the thing, something you say to someone, you know, you may think that's, you know, funny now, but in the future you will look back and wish you didn't say that, especially on social media, because that is going to be there forever. Yep. Like something you put on the internet will always be able to be found. Yep. And this person obviously didn't like me at school for whatever reason, and then went home and I don't know if you can still do this on Facebook, but you used to be able to tag other people's videos, like with yourself or a friend or something, if you had them as a friend. Yep. She tagged my video on my chin and put double chin as the tag on my video, on my photo, and then commented and then said, "What the fuck is that?" ?
Oh my God.
On my video. And people were like laughing to it. Like, and I was like, and I don't know if people saw that and thought, oh, she just must be her friend and they're having a laugh. But I saw that and like didn't want to go to school the next day. Like I was so embarrassed. And this is one person. And I had a lot of friends. And it was just one person that I thought, I can't go to school after that. That's awful. So that was my first kind of experience of that. I don't remember if I told my mum or I can't remember if I deleted it or just ignored it. Honestly, not sure. And I know there was another instance where someone made fun of me not having any boobs, and I said, well, you only have them because you're fat.
Oh no.
And I thought I was such a boss. But then she turned around to our friends who didn't know we were having this fight and said, guys, am I fat? And they're like, no. I was like, guys, back me up. Like, she just said I'm flat chested, even though it's true. Shut up. Back me the fuck up. So, like, I think it just goes to show that you are only saying things to someone to hurt them.
Yes.
Like, she hurt me, so then
Yes.
I went, well, now I want to hurt you.
Yes.
And here's my comeback. Whereas, you know, I so wish I could go back and talk to my high school self and just say, this is nothing compared to, like, real life. Like,
Yes.
you are so much better than this. You don't need to let this affect you, you know. And actually not caring and brushing it off your shoulder hurts them so much more than you
Yes.
getting affected.
Yeah, it's
like,
true.
you just being like, okay, yeah, I am.
Yeah.
Like,
They're like
jealous.
disturbed. They've got to find
Yeah.
something else.
They're like, oh, fuck. Well, that actually didn't affect her. Like, and it's, you are responsible for your reaction to these things. Like, you are in control of how you feel. You can't control that person.
Yeah.
You're never going to change what they do and say,
Yep.
but you can control your reaction. And that's something that took me a very long time to learn. So I really hope I can give this to my kids in the future. I hope I can be a good role model and not someone who kind of shrivels up. And I hope I can learn them to just respect others all the time, no matter what. Even if they're disrespectful to you, you just show respect all the time. Because
Yep.
I just believe in, like, karma, good karma. Everything happens for a reason. Good things will happen to you in the future, you know?
Yeah,
That person
and-
that called me flat-chested, who knows where they are right now?
Exactly. And like a lot of their comments are like they're mostly concerned about your digital footprint. Like they're worried about what you're posting online or what you're saying online, or like your children, for example. They need to take a step back and go, hey, what about my digital footprint that I'm actually leaving behind? Because if I went back and looked at all the comments that I had made, which you can
Might
do,
not look that good.
yeah, maybe you should take a look at your own digital footprint and what you've been saying to people and have
And
a
that's what
hard
I
look
said
in the
about,
mirror.
like, if I could stand in front of someone and they could look at my videos and I'm not ashamed, then I'm okay. Like, how about if an employee, if an employer looked at the stuff that you are either posting or commenting, would you be ashamed?
Yes.
Would you get that job if you were at a job interview and you showed them that comment?
Yeah.
I've seen so many people who they've seen someone with a horrible comment and then they've, like, found their place of employment and said, this is what your employee posts online, by the way, and they can lose their job.
Yes.
Just because they're horrible people online.
Yes.
So it's just not worth it. It's not worth making that fake account and saying something horrible about someone. In 10 years' time, are you going to give a shit about this?
No.
Is this, no. And what I post on the internet going to affect you? No.
Yeah.
Like, and what you post for me could affect you later on.
Someone
So,
I work with found me on TikTok,
Yeah.
which not many of them know or
Yeah.
whatever. His wife follows me. And so she was listening and watching me and he was like, that voice sounds so familiar. He walked over and he was like, what the hell? I work with her. So then he messaged me and then he was talking to me. And because he obviously looked me up, all the hate comments popped up. And he was like, I can't believe these people are saying these things about you. If only they knew you as a person, they would never say that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, it's fine. And he's like, I'm not fine with it though.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, like, look,
people
it's no
that see
big
it
deal.
from the outside, especially because they don't know you as the Moussas. They know
Yes.
you as Kahlia Moussa that they work with.
Yes.
Like, it's the same with our families. Like, they don't understand this whole world because they just know us as Danny and Blake, the couple, not Danny and Blake, the social media profile.
Yeah.
You know, and so they don't understand this whole world. And so when we say, oh, someone like hated on us, how could they? What did you do?
Yeah.
Like, because, yeah, well, they see us differently. And like I said, it doesn't matter how many videos you post, whether they're 10 seconds, 20 seconds, a minute, whether you think you share your whole life, these people still don't know you.
No.
They don't know you 100%. They're basing their judgment off of the tiny little snippets they see.
Yep.
I only show you what I want to show you.
Exactly.
At the end of the day. Like, I don't have a camera crew set up in my house,
Yep.
you know, posting things without my permission. I am in charge of what is posted.
Yep.
And so I'm only showing you the things that I'm comfortable showing.
100%. And even like a daily vlog, let's say you were doing one of your manic mum days.
Yeah.
And you were recording, you're ultimately recording snippets of the activity. It's like,
Yeah. It
what,
wasn't the whole
maybe
thing.
30 seconds?
Yeah.
They don't get to see the next following 2 hours of
Yeah.
like 30 tantrums, food being tossed across the room,
Yeah.
blah, blah, blah. They don't see any of that. They then just see the next snippet of the next activity you're doing.
Oh, your kids are also happy all the time. It's like, I could show you an entire day of shit, and then I could show you an entire day of amazingness. And one video you're going to watch and go, your kids are fucking nuts. and the other one you're going to watch and go, your kids are angels, how could you ever complain?
Yes.
Because I literally, I might even do a social experiment and do that. Film the same day, but in 2 videos.
Yeah.
One with all the awful moments of the day, and one with all the really beautiful parts of the day, and say, this was the same fucking day.
Yeah, and
but in
watch
2 videos.
yourself get called out.
Yeah.
Because in one video, they're like, your kids are so great, or they're
How
always
have
so
you ever
happy.
complained
How do
about
you ever
anything?
complain? You always are trying to like palm them off and like never spend time with
When
them.
they're so good,
And
so
they're
why
so
would you wanna
good.
do that?
Exactly. And then when you show the other parts, they'll be like, why did you show your kid upset on the internet? How
Yeah.
dare you? You're showing
Yeah.
their vulnerable moments.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like, well, so I can't win, is what you're saying.
Exactly. We can't win. No
Yeah.
matter what we do, like, they'll find something to hate. So I said I was going into 2025 not giving a fuck. And
Yes.
like you said, just post that video.
Post
you
it.
know, like I still go, there are some things where I don't want to,
Yeah.
and that's okay. But if I want to post it, I will. I haven't done a Manic Mum Day in so long, and I did one where I actually was so tired. And you could see
I
the
could
bags
see.
under
I
my eyes.
watched it.
And someone literally was like, oh, fucking, how about you get a job and then complain about being tired? And you're like, oh my God, like, bro, seriously? I still got up and did my whole day. Like, I still went ahead, because I think I said something like, I don't know how I'm going to function today. Like, I made that line.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, you don't know how you're going to function. Like, they just pick apart, like, the tiniest thing. And I would watch that and go, I'm just being real. That's what I thought in that moment in
Yeah.
time. Obviously, I was going to function. I wasn't like, fucking hell.
And the alternative perspective on that, like you're a stay-at-home mum, and that's quite a large chunk of the population, right? I, on the other hand, am a mum who works because my husband has a disability, so he can't, right? And I get so much hate for being
away from
from my kids, not caring for my kids, not spending
Yeah.
any time with my kids, and I get a lot of hate saying, "Why do you send them to daycare?" I need to.
How else am I going to work?
I can't work.
Yeah. Like,
Can't your husband look after them? He
Yeah.
has a disability.
Yeah.
Like, how hard is it as a mother to take care of your kids as a
Just on a
regular
normal day.
person?
Yeah.
I struggle
Yeah.
when I have them on Saturdays and Sundays for the whole day. I'm like, geez, by the bedtime, I'm like, go to bed.
Go to bed.
These mums that are like, I never wish my kids to bed. I'm like, I wish them
You're
to
like,
bed
"Hey,
at 7
It's
on
4,
the
it's
dot.
4 p.m. too early for bedtime today.
It's a big day,
Yeah.
right? Especially because of the other 5 days I'm at work, so I don't
Yeah.
experience
You're dealing
the
with
full
adults
onness.
all that
yeah,
time.
exactly.
It's so different dealing with toddlers. They don't
So
fucking
different.
stop.
Oh, so different. So it's like, it's so funny because isn't it perspective? Like, you're a
Yeah.
stay-at-home mum, you cop hate for it. I
Yeah.
work, I cop hate for it.
Yeah.
You cannot win.
I got both because, like, I was obviously full-time stay-at-home mum for a long time, but I always did social media, which was always a job in itself. Like,
Yeah.
sometimes I would have a week where all of a sudden I would get all these, like, paid jobs I would have to do,
Yeah.
but they'd all be due on the same fucking day.
Oh,
so I'd be
yeah.
like, how am I going to film all of this? And I would say to my mother-in-law, could you just have the kids for today so I could just smash out my filming today?
Yeah.
And then I can have the kids the rest of the time, which is why I ended up doing daycare, because I didn't like asking my
So
mum
many
and
people.
yeah, so many people, like, can you do this? Like, at least if I have this schedule, and now I go to the office and I come to the podcast studio and I film ads and we go and do hired or fired videos and we do all of this stuff in those times. But either way, if I was at home with them, I'll get a job and do something with your life. Or if they were at daycare, or spend more time with your kids. You can't win.
It's
either
like,
way.
I love when they're like, get a real job. Influencing isn't a real job. I pay taxes. It is
I pay
actually
taxes,
real.
I pay GST, I pay myself a wage, which means I pay super. Like, fuck you.
Yeah.
I pay more than you probably.
Yeah, it's a real job actually.
I run a
have-
business.
if I have to pay taxes to the government,
That's
it's
a
a real
job.
job.
Yeah,
Sorry.
absolutely.
It's
They
just,
don't understand
Just
that.
because you have a 9 to 5 job and
Yeah.
you're depressed when you go to work every day, so you're upset that I managed to do it at home, doesn't mean it's not a real job. And that's coming from someone who has the 9 to 5.
Yeah.
Like,
I was at my office till 10 p.m. last night. Because
Yeah.
they're just, like, like you said, it's not 9 to 5, but it could be 8 till 10 p.m. Like, it just doesn't
100%.
stop.
Yes,
You know,
and
but then
you don't get a break.
yeah, but then obviously on the flip side, I love my job because every now and then I can be like, yesterday I was like, I'm not going to the fucking office today, fuck it. And I went to Bunnings and I went to a dress shop and got a dress fixed for London. And then I went home and I edited a podcast and I ate my lunch on my lounge. And I was like, this is great. I haven't done this in ages. Because normally I'm just like, if the kids are somewhere else, I need to be working. I need to be at the office. And I was
Yeah.
like, I actually need to stop doing that because I work all hours. Like,
Yeah.
you know, you do live streamings too and they're exhausting. I don't
Yeah.
know how you do them for so long, especially when you work. I didn't realize you worked full time still.
Yeah.
So you work full time and you live stream.
Yes.
Do you live stream the minute that you get home?
Sometimes.
Yeah.
I pick my moments.
Yeah,
like,
okay.
especially, I judge it also off like how the kids are, what's going on in my house. Like, sometimes I'll like go to live stream and I'll look and I've got 6 loads of washing and I'm like, yeah, no live stream.
No, not
I'm going to
today.
do that. I'm
I'm
going
gonna
to
do
catch
that
up on that.
instead.
Or I'll be like, you know what? I don't actually care if I get 5 people watching me or 400 people
Just
watching
gonna have
me.
it in the
I'm just going to do it I'm going to do the laundry while I chat.
Yeah.
So then I'm just like, it's just a boring one. I'm just doing
Yeah.
my laundry. But like, if you want to hang around and chat, like
Yeah.
I'd love to.
Yeah.
And it just actually makes the chore so much more fun.
Yeah, because it's like you have company there. It's
Yeah.
like if you had a friend come over while, like I love having people come over
Yes.
while I do jobs around my house because
Yeah.
it just feels like I have someone there to talk to while I'm doing it and makes it, like you said, less
It
boring.
takes less time.
So
like
why
I feel
not
like
have
it's done.
300 or 400 people while you do your washing.
And like the convo is just constantly flowing because like,
Yeah.
you've got 400 people to chat to
Yeah.
ultimately, and they're just full on like constantly. It's like sometimes I'm like, I can't keep up. Like
Yeah.
slow the hell
Slow
down.
the comments down. I don't know what's going on. It's a community building situation there, isn't
100%.
it?
And some of my best friends that I have in my life that I hold so dear to my heart are from
Now
social
met.
media.
Yeah.
Like they're like my best friends
Yeah,
now.
I love that.
Yeah.
We've been the same. We've met a lot of people. I think because you have that connection of social media as well.
Yeah.
Like, because you make friends with people that you work with in real life
Yep.
and they become your work friends.
Yes.
And you're like, and when you go out with them, you can't help but talk about work because that's what you bond over. Well,
Yep.
we're the same with social media. When we meet with our social media friends, they all get it.
Yes.
We can talk about the hate and we can talk about all that side of things because with someone that understands. If I see my friends, they go, oh, so like, how's the TikTok thing?
Yes.
And I'm like,
oh my God.
It's good. Like,
I get so much hate from my normal friends about being on TikTok.
oh, really?
Yes. Like so much hate. Like, oh yeah, is it because you're TikTok famous? I'm like, oh yeah.
Yeah,
so
it started
famous.
out like it did start out like that, but now I think they
Now that
see
you're
me as
actually
like a serious
famous,
businesswoman.
Yeah. Now that you're actually
they still make the
famous.
jokes. Oh, Danny can afford that. I'm like, just because I'm an influencer doesn't mean I have fucking money. Okay, shut the fuck up.
Oh my God.
We're still splitting the bill. Damn it.
I seen an interview where they went around and asked people how much they think influencers earn, and they asked like a varied amount of people. It was like a young girl, an old man, an old woman, a mum with kids, and they're all like 50,000 a month. I'm like, darling,
Jesus fucking Christ! I wish.
darling, I'm not every wood.
I would live on the beach in a mansion on the beach, but I don't. I live in Western Sydney.
I'm like, God, you guys are really deluded about how much you think people are
Yeah.
actually making because, and I love when they're like, you're such a scammer. I'm like, yeah, I
Oh,
made
I
50
love-
cents
yeah.
on my live last night. I scam the best of them.
I
Like,
actually had the best moment with a hater the other day, which I don't know. I'm not going to say I turned him into a follower, but he did laugh. And so I was like, I have won now. Because
Yes.
I was like, I actually might get somewhere. Or you also might find that someone, when they say a comment, you might think it's a hate comment, but actually it wasn't.
Yes, that happens to me so much.
Someone said something, I was gaming. I was on Blake's gaming live, which
Yeah.
I do sometimes. He went to bed and I was gaming. I was playing Supermarket Simulator. It's
Oh,
the
yeah.
fucking best game, right?
Oh, yeah.
And he comes on, he goes, this is so fucking sad that like you're playing this. And I was like, I know. I was like, I'm 30 years old. My kids are in bed and it's like 10:30 at night and I'm playing a supermarket game. I was like, you want to know what's worse? I get money from this. And someone literally at that point sent me like a galaxy. And I was like, hater, how do you feel? I just made $5. Oh, you must be so angry right now. And then he like kind of laughed and I was like, can't help it. Like, normally I would just be like, oh, fuck off, get a life, and like be angry about it. But I was like, yeah, actually, it is kind of sad, but it's also kind of fucking awesome that I can do this.
I'm okay with being a loser.
Yeah, I could, if I wasn't on here, I'd probably just be watching TV.
Yeah.
Same.
Yeah,
I
I'm
can
just
be-
making $10 while I do it.
yeah.
Like, whatever.
And entertaining people. People love it. Like, oh, I love seeing this game. Like, I had 100 people in there. Like, obviously they like it.
Yeah.
Anyway, going on a rampage now. I think we've had enough. Well, thank you so much for taking the time to come on here. I'm sure I'll have you on again because, the hate never stops. So
Yeah.
we'll have to do another episode. If anyone has any questions for Kahlia, please put them in the comments. Let them know your socials. I'll tag them in the comments, but let them know your socials anyway so they can find you.
Yeah, the Mousas, the _Mousas. But yeah, obviously you can tag me.
Yeah,
in
I will tag it in the comments as well.